Do you like torture? If you do, today's movie was made for you. I'm David, this is Terrorble Reviews, and if you like all things horror related, make sure you hit that follow button. Today we're taking a look at 2005's Hostel. I've not been looking forward to watching this movie because I've avoided watching it since the first time I did around this movie's release, and well, let's get into the review. Not only is this movie about torture, it is a pain to get through. At least in my opinion. If you're into this, you're a different kind of freak than me, but I even have my limits. Regardless though, let's get into the scores and see what I think of Hostel. Starting off with terror. How scary is this movie? Well, it's not so much scary as it is really uncomfortable. Of course, the situation that these people find themselves in is extremely terrifying, and I would not want to be them. I cringed throughout the majority of this movie, and it's hard to look at the screen sometimes with some of the scenes that they show you. So while I don't think this is scary in the normal way, this movie is definitely terrifying in a bunch of other ways that make me very uncomfortable, and I will have to give this one a 5 out of 5 for terror. How were the effects in Hostel though? Well, they were amazingly good. The effects were so gruesome that some of the stuff looks very real. Fortunately, they aren't, but at the same time, it is extremely gross looking, and well, I love practical effects, so I can appreciate that. But man, it made some of the scenes even harder to watch when it looks very real. So for the effects, I will also be giving this one a 5 out of 5. Moving on though, how is the story in Hostel? Well, it is very bland. It's very simple. I get that they tried to have this overarching message as these people are being treated the way that they're treating the girls that they went there for. But at the same time, that message really doesn't hit home when the entire movie you're just trying to cover your eyes and avoid watching what's happening on screen. And the story essentially falls off from that. Not to mention the characters in this movie are extremely unlikable. I get that it's supposed to be that way, but there's just no characters in this movie that I actually enjoyed watching. That's not to say the acting was bad or anything like that, it's just this movie was not for me. So in my opinion, this one gets a 1 out of 5 for story. Lastly, was Hostel fun? Well, if you hadn't guessed already, for me, no, this movie was not fun at all. If you're into torture scenes and really gross effects, you might really like this movie. But for me personally, it's a no. So it also gets a 1 out of 5 for fun. And that just leaves us with one final question. Was Hostel terrifying or terrible? I would have to say this one was certified torture. But have you seen Hostel? If you have, let me know what you thought in the comments below, and I'll see you guys in the next review.